Good afternoon. Happy Friday, and live from Texas, this is the Will Cain Show. The mystery that has stumped for 5 years Washington, D.C. Who placed the pipe bombs on January 6th? Today, we have a supposed answer, but that answer has launched 1,000 questions. Brian Cole Jr., the man accused of planting pipe bombs outside the DNC and RNC headquarters, appeared in court today. He acknowledged the 2 charges against him: transporting an explosive device and malicious destruction by means of explosion. Sources say that Cole spent more than 4 hours talking to investigators yesterday. He admitted to planting the bombs and expressed doubts about the 2020 election results, according to reports and sources out of that interrogation. Here's what we do know about Cole. He's a 30-year-old black man from Virginia who works at a bail bond company. We know that his father owned a bail bond business. Cole bought components for the built bombs in 2019 and 2020, and we also know this thanks to the New York Post. Cole's father, Brian Cole Sr., was once represented by well-known attorney Ben Crump, perhaps the biggest racial incendiarist in America. It was in 2021 that Crump and Cole Sr. claimed the sale of Cole's Tennessee bond business was being blocked because he was black. Cole's grandma tells the Post, "I don't believe this at all. He's not a terrorist. He's almost autistic-like because he doesn't understand a lot of stuff. I hope he is not talking." Now, before seeing the photo of Brian Cole Jr., we presume before he saw the photo, you never quite know in the Ministry of Propaganda, this is how he was described by CNN's Jake Tapper.
Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and with malicious destruction by means of explosion.
30-year-old white man, says CNN. The big question, I guess, amongst the many after we've been given this answer is, why did it take so long? Why did it take 5 years to catch Brian Cole? The answer we're being given is that the FBI went back through original evidence. They discovered receipts that show Cole purchased bomb-making materials. They tracked his cell phone data, revealing that he was in the area, and discovered his car was placed less than a mile from the scene of the crime. So no new evidence, no new tips. Again, why did it take 5 years? FBI Director Kash Patel says because of sheer incompetence and intentional negligence.
The prior administration sat on the evidence for 4 years. There wasn't any production of new evidence from 5 years ago. We looked at 3 million lines of evidence. We went back and looked at the cell phone tower data dumps. We went back and looked at the providers and what information they provided pursuant to search warrants at the time, and asked questions such as, why weren't all the phone numbers scrubbed and why weren't they connected and why wasn't there any geolocational data done? Now, that is either sheer incompetence or complete intentional negligence, and neither of which is acceptable for this FBI.
Today, Democrats say the Trump administration is to blame for the 5-year delay.
I think it is good news if this perpetrator got arrested. But I got to tell you, it kind of makes me, looking at this crowd doing a victory lap, when all the senior FBI officials across all key divisions have been fired for political purposes. It's a little rich that they're saying the American safer. How much earlier could we have caught this guy if resources hadn't been diverted?
Interesting. Let's bring in retired FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon. Bobby, I'd love to put that question to you. Why did it take 5 years?
Well, maybe just like the representative just said, resources were diverted. We know that no stone was left unturned in the January 6th investigation. I mean, if you threw a bubblegum wrapper on the Washington Mall that day, you were tracked down by the FBI and arrested. So maybe we have to look into whether resources were diverted to the January 6th debacle instead of this much more serious criminal act.
I'm a little confused by that, Bobby, because purportedly this was part of the quote-unquote January 6th debacle. The way the story unfolded initially is that this was part of the story of January 6th. So I don't understand why resources would have been diverted to somebody dropping bubblegum wrappers onto the ground, but they wouldn't be paying attention to who placed a pipe bomb at the RNC and DNC.
Well, perhaps if the bomb was not at the RNC, you could uphold the MAGA, MAGA, MAGA narrative of January 6th. But the minute they found out, oh, there was also a bomb placed at the RNC, that kind of diverts from that narrative. And so maybe people stayed away from it because it didn't perfectly fit the January 6th narrative because of a bomb also being placed at the RNC. It'd be interesting to see if there wasn't a bomb at the RNC, whether this would have been wholeheartedly taken as part of the January 6th investigation, because clearly it wasn't.
Okay, so your suggestion is perhaps resources were diverted because they didn't think that this part of what happened on January 6th would fit the overall narrative. There is an alternative potentiality as well, and that is that the truth was unveiled during the investigation, and then they knew it didn't fit the overall narrative. We should also note, and I'm willing to talk to you about this, I mean, you know more than I do about this, that it takes time to do investigation. I do have trouble with that. Bobby, I have trouble with the idea that tracking down cell phone data and pinging towers and looking at video surveillance and finding where cars are parked takes 5 years. I have a lot of trouble with that, to be honest. But, you know, I think we have to consider all of these alternatives.
Yeah, you're right to be troubled with that, by the way, because on Thursday, yesterday when we heard, me and my colleagues heard that, you know, an arrested man, we just assumed there was something new. We assumed somebody came forward with something new. Somebody found something. But then we heard the fact that there's nothing new. This is all old information that they just went and re-reviewed. That's troubling, because why was it missed the first time around? If this was all with the technology that they have now that can analyze things in a blink of an eye, why did it take this long when nothing new came to bear?
And it's so egregious that it would be irrational not to question whether or not it was missed, I think, at some point. That has to be part of the conversation. It's so, from this vantage point, so egregious that you wonder if it's that level of incompetence or, as Kash Patel suggested, intentional negligence. I'd love to revisit this with you really quickly. This is former FBI Director Chris Wray in 2023.
This is somebody with a mask on, wearing a hat. They're walking in front of the DNC, which is out of the view on the right-hand side. You'll see him come into view. He goes to one police car. He goes to another police car. He's holding a backpack. He's got a mask on. He's talking to the police. If that person found the pipe bomb, would they be a suspect?
Well, again, I don't want to speculate about specific individuals. I will tell you that we have done thousands of interviews.
Have you interviewed that person?
Devices. We have conducted all logical investigative steps and interviewed all logical individuals.
So he's saying they did everything possible. They combed every piece of evidence. And yet here we are today. It took 5 years and 10 months of a new FBI.
Right, and everything Christopher Wray had in his possession and the FBI had in his possession that day that he testified was used to get the charges brought against this individual yesterday or today. So why was that? Nothing new has happened since he gave that testimony. He claims, yeah, they did all the interviews, but why didn't they connect the dots? The dots were connected now with information that they had back then. That's the troubling part. If you want to restore credibility and integrity to the FBI, you have to be transparent in this process and tell us why it took so long.
Yeah, none of this makes sense. I'm sorry, it just doesn't pass the smell test. None of it adds up. I'd love for someone to tell me differently. Okay, well, I appreciate that. That means we need to continue, obviously, to continue digging. Bobby Chacon, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.